here with Wyatt White, and Wyatt is a designer who specializes in precision wire wrapping, and he's also invented a brand new tool. Welcome, Wyatt.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Thanks for coming. So tell us a little bit about what we're going to be doing before we get into your tool.
Well, we're going to be using square wire and half-round wire and banding them together and creating a structure that has a beautiful big crystal in it.
Yes, that ring is gorgeous. Makes a real statement.
It does. It's surprisingly simple compared to what you're seeing.
Okay, well, I'm going to trust that it is. So tell us a little bit how we get started.
Okay, well, one of the hardest things to do when you start doing this type of wire wrapping is banding, and that's
Yes.
putting the half round around the square wire. So what I created was this tool that shows it uses different sizes, and if you can see on the end here, it tells you the size of the square wire that the half round you're going to form on it is going to go on.
Okay.
So it's a little bit tricky.
Right.
So
This is all going to become clear to us when
Correct.
we start wrapping.
You don't use the square wire to band, or I don't. Some people do, but I don't. I use the half round to band with. So you take, and in this case we're using 20 gauge square wire. So I'm going to band on the 20 gauge size. You place the half round in the tool with the flat side up, very carefully, and the instructions are on the website for how much. I believe this is 6.5 inches. You put the half round in here, and then you just collapse this, and that gives you a perfect double right angle.
So that's much easier than trying to create those double right angles by hand.
Correct. Let me get my optics on so I can see very carefully. And we've created 4 pieces of square wire about 5 inches long, and then straighten them. And we're going to slide this that we just made on, and that double right angle is going to help you get this first wrap nice and tight.
Okay.
So you just want all the square wires side by side, all in the same, just lined up, and then you just hold it with the bent nose pliers, pull one up, pull the other down, and that starts a nice tight band. Then each time you wrap, you're going to squeeze with the pliers, and then pull down again, and squeeze. And you make sure this is nice and tight, and that basically holds your the entire structure of the ring together. What you'll end up with is this banded, just like we're shown here, and you want the two ends on the same side. So when you finish up, you just cut it and mash that down. Then we're going to take this and put it around our ring mandrel. It's always wise to do this around a size smaller than you actually need, because the wires will splay when they come out. Once you have it about the size you need, you've got to put these two together, and you want to put the ends together like that. This is going to build the entire structure. You've got the banding on the bottom to hold all 4 wires together. Now you're going to use these 4 wires to go one and then the other. And it's a little bit tricky to get them at first, but you just want to put them together just like so.
So you're just alternating the pattern.
Exactly.
The
And
way
then
that
you're
they
going
lay.
to pull them nice and tight so that this springs out just like this, making sure you've got the right size.
Okay, so if you want a size 8, then you're working on the size 7?
Correct, and then it's going to spring up to a size 8, and then you've got to kind of hold it. And then you're going to take the outside on this side and bend that around. You're going to take the other side and bend this under.
And you just use your fingers for
Yeah, you
that
just use your
process.
fingers for this. This is not that hard, and then we're going to bend this up, and we're going to bend this one up.
So through the center?
Yeah, that sort of locks everything together nicely. And then we're going to very carefully take and cut this here and on the other side, hopefully at about the same length. It doesn't really matter because this is going to be hidden on the inside. So once you're here, very carefully take the curved chain nose pliers, and just twist this around into a little swirl, just like
Perfect.
that. And then you take the other one and twist it in a swirl in the opposite direction. Then you have 2 swirls in the center that hold everything together.
And does that also help it maintain the size, or does that
Yes,
come later?
this maintains the size. It helps with everything.
So everything should be tight at that point.
Correct. Or tight enough. And then you're going to pull these out and this out, and these become your prongs.
Oh, okay.
So once you have the prongs pulled out, and you could use any of the many stones that are available.
Yeah, you're using a beautiful red magma fancy stone there. I love
Yeah,
those.
it's a beautiful stone. And we just basically want these pieces on these two on the corner, this in the middle, and these two on the corner. And then we're just going to carefully center the stone and then bend all of these up. We've got a pre-made one here that I've done earlier. So we just make sure that the stone fits correctly. And then we're going to cut each of these ends so that they're all the same size so that we can get the prongs twisted down. Now we want to go about 3/8 of an inch. Again, the instructions are on the website. So we want to hold and get about 3/8 and snip each one of these so that we're...
So you want them to be all pretty even, because when you spiral it to make the prongs, then it creates more of an even
Yes.
setting.
Yeah, if you want, and you could make these different lengths so that you could try things a little bit different, but I like everything to be as equal and perfect as possible, because we are making jewelry. We're not doing brain surgery,
right,
like I usually say, but we do want some perfection here, because with a ring like this, you know, it's a little less craft and a little more hotsy-totsy.
That's right, and it really is a great way to show off a dramatic stone because it exposes so much of the surface of the stone.
Right. So here what we need to do is we need to take this and start to twist and get all of our prongs. And once you get it started, you can then hold. That's what the curved portion is all about. And these need to be curved and around and down. And don't go all the way down to the corner. And just make sure you twist all of them in the same direction.
And normally I would do this with a round nose plier, but you're using the chain nose plier. Is that to give it more, you have more control over it?
I don't personally like to use the round nose in the start, because I like the little center portion not to be round,
perfectly folded.
Well, not necessarily perfectly folded, but certainly smaller than what a round nose would give you.
Okay, that's a great tip.
So we just grab here and keep rolling this around.
Spiral, spiral. And the spiral is really all in the wrist.
Yes, definitely. So that when we're here, I would have done all of these all the way around, and then you just have to very carefully take, just with your thumb, and bend those prongs down, and that's what's going to hold your stone in.
Okay, great. Well, so that's work hardening the metal too as you're working with it.
Yes, and the square and the half round wire is already half hard.
Oh, so it only takes a little bit of finishing to get it the rest of the way. Let's take a closer look at the inside of this ring.
Okay, yeah. What we have is the structure of the square wires holding the ring together, and then all of the half round around the bottom.
It's so beautiful. I love the banding. And of course the wire comes in different colors too, so you could really make it your own.
Yes, it does. This is brass. There's also silver plated, and then all of the precious metals.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Wyatt. This is beautiful. And we'll be right back with Brenda.